Okay.
Okay, I'm Miss Cruz, and I'm going to be showing you guys a lesson on book trailers. And some of you might already know what a book trailer is, but those of you that don't know, have you ever been to the movies?
Yes.
You've been to the movies? So if you've been to the movies, you sit down and before the movie, they show like commercials for the movies that are going to come out in the future, right? Those are called movie trailers. And what do those movie trailers want to make you feel or want you to do?
To see the movie.
To see the movie that's coming, right? So what do you think a book trailer would be?
A trailer for books.
A trailer for books, meaning that they want you to do what?
Watch the movie
To
or
read the book. Good. To read the book, to get you excited about books, to get you interested in books. And why are books important, guys?
It makes you smart.
Good, it makes you smart because you learn more vocabulary, right? You understand things better. That way, when you're reading something, you're not too confused because you have more experience with literature, with books. What else could a book do besides learning? Is it all about learning? You sit there and you're always learning every time you read a book?
Make life easier.
Make life easier?
Getting you entertained and some funny books.
Good, you're entertained because it's not just about learning maybe history or learning science or learning about somebody's biography. It could be something that you're learning or something that you're reading that is interesting, funny, something that makes you laugh, something that could even make you cry, right? Those books that capture you and capture your attention. So I'm going to show you a book trailer really quickly, and as you can see it says Wayside Book Trailer. How many of you have read the book Wayside? Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Good, a lot of you have read it. So the reason I'm showing you this book trailer is because you're familiar with the book, and that way you can see kind of what a book trailer is all about. So let me put it up for you.
Three stories from Wayside School. By Louis Satcher. By Rhiannon.
Let me put the lights up. You see how they're sideways?
With the mean teacher that has special powers. Why are there stories from the building going the wrong way? Shirley sleeps while the teacher doesn't care. Sammy dresses in a lot of clothes on his first day of school. Phoebe is the fast person. She never takes her time. Read sideways stories from Wayside School to see how crazy it gets.
Now that one was created by who do you think? By kids your age. I'm gonna show you one that I created myself so that you can see something that maybe you haven't read yet, and maybe when you see the book trailer you'll be more interested in reading it. So now who has read in here the book Holes? Okay, some of you have read it and some of you have not. So I'm going to show you the book trailer. And it's by the same author. I made that book trailer earlier this year, and I showed it to some of the students. And when they saw it, they were very interested in learning how to make their own book trailers. And as you can see, the difference here is I didn't use my own speaking voice. I used words at the bottom, right? That way the person who's viewing it can read it and, for themselves, and they're able to understand it. Maybe when you use your own voice, the sound doesn't come out too clearly, or sometimes you hear yourself and you think, oh, that I sound weird, right? When you record yourself. So I'm going to show you how you can make your own book trailers. And that way, when you make them, you can share them with others. And then you get other people excited about a book that maybe you've read and that you were interested in. And so then you're sharing the joy of reading, right? So you would go to a website called Animoto. ANIMOTO.com. In order to use this website, you will need an email address. How many of you have email addresses? Okay, so if you didn't have an email address, I can help you create an email address, or your parents can help you create an email address, right? But most of you already have them right now because of a lot of technology that you guys use at home, right? Facebook, your apps, all of that. So luckily you have your email address. But I have done this lesson with some kids, and what did they do? They forgot their email address and their login information. So when you have this information, you need to write it down. That way you won't get stuck losing your information that maybe you have saved on Animoto. So when you go in here, you would create an account. I already have an account, but if you're going to create one, you will need your email address, your name, and that information. And everything that you can use is free. So I know some students have used this service, and they were able to create some videos and book trailers for free. There are some that charge you maybe $5 a month, but those you don't have to use them. You can just use the free ones. I use the free ones. I have not paid anything to Animoto. So here, you would go, when you're going to make a book trailer, you go to create. And when you go to create, they give you lots of choices. Let's see if it goes through. I see it coming. They give you lots of choices as to a style. What does it mean, a style?
Like a background you might want.
Good, a background.
The background, like the music and
The music,
And the features.
good, the different ways that you can view your video. So I always like to choose Animoto Original because it's pretty basic, but you guys can play around with it. They have lots of different styles. Like here, this one has like fireworks, and here, this one has futuristic. And if you click them, you can see a sample of it.
Let's go sample.
There it is. And then when you create your video, you're able to use that. And if you change your mind later after you see it and you really don't like it, you can just go back and fix it. It's not very complicated. So let's see, I use this one, create video. And it takes a little while because, you know, the internet, and sometimes the internet can be slow, sometimes it can be fast. So here it's going a little bit slow, but it says it's processing. Loading video creator. So I'm going to create my video. Now, where would I get all the images that I use in my video? Gabriel? Good. You can use a search, but the problem with that is sometimes that if you use other people's photos, other people's pictures, you have to give them credit. They'll sue you, right? Because they own the rights to the pictures. Tell her not right now. Not right now. And so you need to do it safely. So I have some choices for you. Here's one, picsforlearning.com. And they have several different pictures. You can just type in the search, like let's say you're searching for an apple. You type in apple, and several different pictures of apples come out, and you won't run into problems there. You can also go into this one right here. It's called Free Photo. And you type in what you want to look for. You can also take your own pictures. And so many of you have your little tablets or your cell phones at home, and you're able to snap a photo of you or your friends or something that you're taking a picture of and upload it onto your video. So if you use a simple Google search, you might be using somebody else's photos, and they might not have given you permission to use them. Sometimes it's okay where nobody will find out, but let's do it the safe way and go through and get pictures from a safe place. So, the video is not loading here, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you my videos. I made another one for Matilda. Who has read Matilda by Roald Dahl? Good, good. So you've probably read it. Some of you have seen the movie, and those of you that have read the book and have seen the movie, they're totally different, right? They're totally different.
The book gives you more information.
Yeah, the book gives you more information, and so
The book came out first.
here it is. You see it says 2 days ago. You can't see it. 2 days ago I started this video. And then I haven't published the video yet, meaning I haven't finished it, so I can still make changes to it. I can still edit it. I can change the music. I know I was changing the music a lot when I was doing it because I wanted it to be a little bit faster than the one that you just saw in Holes. But that's all up to you. You make your own book trailer. And this is what it's going to look like. These are my different storyboards. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when you look at it, it doesn't look like much, right? But then when you preview it, it puts it all together. So let's look at the first one. That's the cover of the book, right? And maybe it doesn't want to go for me. So let me put There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom while we wait. Who's read There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom? That's Louis Sacker. Does a book trailer give you the ending of the story?
No.
Why not?
Because they don't want to spoil it.
Good. They don't want to spoil it. They don't want to spoil it for you. So, okay, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. So, yes. So this is what it looks like. And at the bottom down here, I can type in what I want. Here I typed in Matilda is a story about a little girl. And then I go to the next page and I got, you see what image I used? Books. And I typed in who love to read books. And I used this image from one of those websites that I showed you. And then I went to the next one. And I didn't put a picture here. All I put was words. But all her parents cared about was the television, or telly as they called it. For those of you who've read it, you know what I'm talking about, right? And then I went to the next one. What is this a picture of? Let's see.
TV.
A telly, right?
A good old thing.
Let it load up.
It's cool telly.
Won't load up. And then I go to the next one. Matilda enters school and impresses her teacher. Who was her teacher?
Miss Honey.
Miss Honey, good. And there it is. Miss Honey is in awe of Matilda's knowledge because she was only a 6-year-old little girl and she was able to read at a higher level, able to calculate math problems without a calculator or a pencil. Yes, Miguel?
Able to read learning when she was about like 2.5.
Yes, she started reading when she was very young. She would go to the library on her own. And so Miss Honey, when she met her, she was impressed by her. And then I went to the next one. She can read, write, and calculate mathematical problems with ease. I didn't put any art there. But look who she meets. Who does she meet?
Trunchbull.
The Trunchbull. And I put here, soon, Matilda meets the Trunchbull. The awful, despicable headmistress who bullies the students, teachers, and the parents. That's why nobody ever complained, because everybody was afraid of her, right? How can Matilda deal with the Trunchbull and her parents who constantly belittle her? What does it mean to belittle her?
To ignore her.
To ignore her, to be mean. Good. So how is she going to deal with it? I'm not going to give away the story. Look what I put. Read Matilda and find out for yourself. How one girl faced her problems and helped find a better life for herself. And that was my last board. So now I'm going to preview it. And it takes a while to generate the preview. It says here it'll take about 30 seconds. So as we wait, I just want to remind you, you don't give away the ending to the story because you would spoil it. You just put in like a summary of important events. You introduce main characters, right? So here the main characters were Matilda, Miss Honey, and the Trunchbull. I talked a little bit about her parents, but I only mentioned that they really liked the telly, and they really didn't like the fact that she was always reading books. So let's see if it loads up. And if it doesn't, I'll pause my video and I'll wait for it to load up. I'll produce it and it'll probably come up for you. Does anybody have any questions about this?
The parents were really dumb that they didn't notice that.
Yeah, that they didn't notice that that she was intelligent, or they didn't even care, right? What else?
They didn't care about her.
Monday?
How did she get her powers?
Well, you're giving a little bit of the story away to the kids who aren't reading it. Who haven't read it yet. So let's keep that as a surprise for the kids who haven't read it yet, right?
Yeah, don't say.
Any other questions?
No.
So what is this website called?
Animoto.
Animoto, good. And what do you need in order to create a video?
An account.
An email address so that you can make your account. Good. And is it, those of you who have tried it already, is it hard to do?
No.
No, it's really easy. It's very simple. You just have to play with it a little bit and you work with it. And if you have any questions, just come to me. You can work on it. I've had the students work on it during our computer time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you work on it, you're able to practice, and practice makes perfect. So here the video didn't load up, so I'm going to produce it. And I'm going to name it Matilda. Oh, look, there it is. I'm going to turn the lights down. And it's just what I just read you. And it's it's going slow. But all her parents cared about was the television, or telly as they called it, right?
Yeah.
You see how they put it together, kind of like a movie? That's what the book trailer is.
Like a movie trailer.
So I'm going to produce it because that way it'll go better, just like the one I did for holes. Let me name it Matilda. Right there. When I produce, what does that mean I'm doing?
To refresh
Yeah.
it, make it go faster.
To produce.
You're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
it into
publish
the
it.
internet.
Good. I'm gonna publish it, and that way it's already ready. I cannot edit it anymore. If I wanted to edit it, I'd have to make a copy and do a new version. So here I've already published it. There it is, and it says Matilda by Sandra Cruz, which is me, and it says that it's finalized.